My name is Smitty. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show live, Thursday edition, Week 10. News, notes, trade offers, start bench advice, Week 10. Whatever you got, throw it at me. I'm going to walk you through your Week 10 dilemmas. We're going to do it live. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. Let's go.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. I'm Smitty. Take a lap.
What is going on, good buddies? Glad to have you here. We've got Jarrett in the house, Guy, Jordan, Wonk, Cambo, Jay, Smooth, Master, Kyle, Mad, Blackbeard, and Jackson Young already dropping comments and, of course, thumbs up. Punch the thumbs up on your way in the door. We got news. We've got tons to break down walking into this Week 10 Thursday edition of the Fantasy Football Show live. Again, I'm Smitty. Let's get into it. Dalvin Cook. It's all we're hearing about right now. What do we do? What's going to happen? Is Alexander Mattison going to start some games in 2021? We don't know. What we do know is Dalvin Cook is most likely going to play Week 10. And there's a good chance he doesn't ever sit. There's a decent chance something evolves and Mattison does become very relevant. We don't really know. The one thing we know for certain, and let me hit this at the top. The one thing we know for certain is this is volatile. The situation is very volatile. It could go any direction. So when I see people say in the comments, "Oh, he'll be fine. Cook's fine. He'll be fine." You're willing that to happen. You don't know. And for people that say Mattison will start, he's done. You don't know either. This is very volatile. And it could go in one direction like that. So I want to make that very clear from the jump of all that I'm about to say. I want everybody to understand that no one knows what's going to happen. And this thing could go in a different direction with one piece of news. Meaning, let's say something comes out, the individual that Dalvin Cook is accusing of all this craziness, let's say something comes out on her that is really bad, like a backstory, like this has happened before and this didn't work like something could come out. I'm making up something. That's just my speculation. Then we could 100% see this thing go in a direction where Dalvin Cook's team got a jump on it, created some credibility, which was a very good move on it by his legal team. If you're just trying to break this down from a legal perspective, like a strategic legal perspective, if you were to take the right and wrong and the innocent and guilty out and you said, okay, legal team, amazing job to jump on this for his side of the story. And if he is telling the truth, and I'm saying if because no one knows, if Dalvin Cook is telling the truth, getting a jump on it was the best move he could have made because it created credibility. And if he's telling the truth, and to be honest, I bet you both sides have some truth to it. To be frank, I've talked to a lot of people in the spotlight that live in the spotlight to this degree, because I know a lot of people on Instagram. I've gotten to know a lot of people over the years doing this show. I have a lot of cool guests that come on, and I've had a lot of cool side conversations with people in regards to this. Pretty decent names that live in the spotlight to this degree. And they said, look, you want my opinion? Probably a lot of both of what each is saying is happening. Like, this is probably a toxic relationship. It's not just something where Dalvin Cook just saw it turn toxic and had nothing to do with it. I'm sure it's been toxic for a while, or was toxic for a long period of time. And so we'll see. I'm not blaming Cook. I'm not saying Cook is innocent. I'm not saying Cook is guilty. I'm not saying that anything is what it seems right now. We don't know. But if Dalvin Cook's telling the truth, getting a jump on it was good. And if one piece of news breaks that says, oh my God, this corroborates what Cook is saying, then the Vikings aren't going to be forced to make a decision like the Texans made, where they deactivate and bench Dalvin Cook, probably for a lot of reasons The Texans have a lot of reasons for doing that. The beef between ownership and Deshaun Watson runs deep. This is not that exact situation, so it's hard to tie it to it. But the Texans made a decision because the NFL couldn't. And that could happen here. Like, everyone's saying, oh, he can't hit the exempt list because it's civil and civil. First of all, we don't know all the ins and outs of that type of situation. We'd have to get an attorney on to come talk about it. And I might be able to get my hands on one very soon. I don't know if Tony the Tiger's here. We could get Tony on. But we don't know the exact details as to what could potentially put him on the exempt list. For the most part, this is civil. So probably he wouldn't be put on the exempt list, just like Deshaun Watson wasn't put on. Although Deshaun Watson has a potential open criminal investigation that's pending the civil side, because in Deshaun Watson's case, everything in the criminal side depends on the civil side, because and this is the same thing. If there's never a police report filed, there's never any kind of criminal issue going on, then it's going to remain civil, right? Unless the police decide to open up an investigation. In Deshaun Watson's case, they had none of this information that was going on, so there was no criminal investigation. But once the police learned about it, they opened up a criminal investigation, and they'll potentially move forward if those cases don't settle, because those cases would be the evidence. If the evidence goes away, all 20 of Deshaun Watson's cases settle, then boom, there's nothing for the criminal side. It dissolves and falls apart. So because there's no criminal side to this yet, it could happen. The police could look into it. You might hear, we're going to look into it. We're going to open up a exploratory type of situation. You could hear that. But because there's nothing going on right now, exempt list does feel like it's out of the question. So then it comes and falls down to the Vikings. What kind of pressure does Goodell have? What kind of pressure does advertisers and sponsors have in regards to this situation? You know, how much, if let's say Dalvin Cook sponsors all leave him, that would be an indication that sponsors are going to jump on this kind of thing. What do the Vikings do if they're pressured? If more bad information comes out on Dalvin Cook's situation, on his side of it, then what kind of pressure will be on the Vikings to be like, hey, you need to deactivate him until further notice, until we have more information? That could potentially happen. So all I'm telling you guys is prepare for the worst. Prepare for this to be a nothing burger. It could go any of those two ways. It truly could. This could be a situation where things get really bad for Cook and he gets deactivated in week 12 or something and doesn't play the remainder of the year. If something bad broke. We are at the mercy of the incoming news that we have not seen yet. The incoming news that we have not seen yet will determine the course of where this thing goes. So for anybody to pretend they know exactly what's going to happen, Cook will be okay, or Cook will get suspended, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows the incoming news, what is about to come down in the next couple days and weeks will determine what happens. Not what anybody thinks based on, oh, you're innocent until proven guilty. That is true. In the real world, this is the NFL. The NFL microcosm is very, very different. Don't think for a second that the team wouldn't make a decision based on money, advertising, sponsorship, and image if things go differently and go in a different direction. As it stands right now, if nothing changed, Cook would probably play out the remainder of the season and not miss a game. If nothing changed, if the feel of this thing didn't go in a more negative direction for Cook, my guess is he probably would play the remainder of the year and not miss time. So let that sink in, as far as some of you wanting to go after Alexander Mattison. Some of you feeling like, I need to give up the farm for Alexander Mattison. Now let me speak on this. I'll get to the super chats when all the rants are done. So if you have a super chat, bring it in and I'll drag it onto screen. Actually, I'll drag it onto screen now. We'll put them in order. So definitely don't be bashful about those. I'm not going to address them until we get going. I'm going to say this. If you own Alexander Mattison, Don't give him up to the Cook owner for these low ball offers. I can't tell you how many people have sent me I'll give you Adrian Peterson. Where's my megaphone? I'll give you oh God. I'll give you Adrian Peterson for your Madison. What do you say? If you think I'm gonna, this is why we drafted Alexander Madison, for this moment. This is the moment where Alexander Madison might potentially get into the lineup and take off and take people to the promised land. And you think I'm going to give up an Adrian Peterson or someone of that sort to just give you your super handcuff to get you out of this situation? You got to be out of your mind if you're sending offers and you're trying to get an Alexander Madison for an Adrian Peterson. If we've got Alexander Madison, and the majority of my following does, because that's how we roll together, and Madison's been one of the biggest go-get stash, sleeping giant monsters that can win you a league to put on your bench and hold standalone value. Do you think we're going to get rid of him for even a wide receiver 3? Heck no. Heck no. I've been offered weird offers like Hollywood Brown. I don't need Hollywood Brown. I barely need Hollywood Brown in the league that I've got Madison. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. You better come strong or don't come at all. I'll take CeeDee Lamb. And if you're going to laugh at that, that's my final offer. I'm cutting you off. No more offers for Alexander Madison. Now I'm not trading him. I'll play hardball. That's how I roll. So Madison, don't trade Madison for garbage offers because he could be your ticket to the promised land. Now, again, we don't know if he even starts a single game. What we do know is that Cook is injury prone. We do know that Cook potentially could miss time anyway. Madison's a meal ticket into your playoffs and into your fantasy football championship game if he gets into that lineup. So, depending on what you got going on, maybe you do take Madison for a Hollywood Brown, Kyle. But I'm making someone pay the piper, or I'm holding him, and I'm going to let this play out. Because if Madison gets into the lineup, let's say this thing goes very badly for Cook, you're going to look back and wish you didn't trade Madison because he's a top 5 to 10 running back go forward. It's a gamble. When you're faced with an offer for Madison that's a pretty significant piece, like let's say it is a Hollywood Brown, okay? Let's say it is a Hollywood Brown. You got to make a decision. Are you going to sell this stock as it just starts to climb, and then maybe it dips and never goes above that amount, Hollywood Brown being it? You got to make that decision. What if it continues to climb later, bro? What if some other text message comes out, some other DM that is awful, or some video clip? I'm not saying that exists, but if some video clip came out, then what? Do you think Cook would play? That's all I'm saying. Okay, so let's get on to more of the news and notes. Dalvin Cook told reporters that he was not in contact with the NFL and will play Week 10 against the Chargers. So as of right now, he's going to play. I don't think that changes unless something crazy breaks. That's new information in the coming days. But yes, here we go. Dalvin Cook playing Week 10. Let's go. For right now, that's where we stand. Next piece of news, and I'll get to your super chats here. I got 2 super chats already. Let's get to those, and then we'll go to the rest of the news. I got this one from Baked In Boys. Baked In Boys says, "Hey Smitty, I am a longtime criminal attorney. I would love to come on the show. Baked In Boys, send me a DM, bro. Send me a DM right now. Send me a DM, pal, on Instagram. We'll work something out. I would love to know your thoughts on it. Actually, send me a couple voice messages. Even if there's 3 or 4 in a row, Baked In Boys, tell me your breakdown of the situation, pal. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you believe to be coming down the way, and give us a little bit of your insight. I want like 3 or 4 messages in a row, bro. Give me like 2 or 3 minutes of you breaking this thing down. So, Baked In Boys, I'm going to come back and check your Instagram DMs. How would you improve my team? I'm 5-4, 12-team PPR. Kyler, Tyreek, Thielen, Landry, Myers, Najee, Zeke, J-Rob, Hunt, Gesicki, Kittle. I like Kyler. You can't sell him high anyway, so keep him. Tyreek, same thing. You're not going to be able to sell him high enough. Adam Thielen, I might package a Thielen and J-Rob together to get a slightly better, more secure running back. So I'd potentially look to do that. Try and get Eckler somehow. Try and maybe trade Zeke for Eckler. Try and maybe trade J-Rob and Thielen for a, even if it wasn't, let's say, since you have Najee and Zeke, bro, if you were to keep Zeke and not get Eckler somehow, some way, giving up a Gesicki, giving up a Thielen and J-Rob for, or Thielen and Zeke for Eckler, because I feel like it's safer. If you didn't do that, what about Thielen and J-Rob for a wide receiver like Justin Jefferson, bro? Or another Hill type player. That's where I would go. That's where I would take your team if I'm you. I think that would be a fantastic move on your part. Gonzalez says, I will give Van Jefferson a farewell in my flex. I will give Van Jefferson a farewell. Why? I like Van Jefferson. What are you talking about here? I like him. Put him in your flex. Zeke or CMC, CMC rest of season. I take CMC. I think you can get a lot more for CMC in a trade, and I feel like if he's on the field, he got a 100-yard game. Zeke Elliott's a little bit of a concern right now. He's been a little banged up. I worry about that offense sometimes taking him out of the equation, scripting him out. I would take CMC, but then I would potentially look to trade him for two pieces like Eckler and, Hopkins or something, bro. Because you can make that happen. Christian McCaffrey's value has climbed back into that high place that I think can get you something like that. So I definitely shop Christian McCaffrey, but you got to take McCaffrey at this point. 150 of you in here, please punch the thumbs up on your way in the door. Rock out. I trade Zeke and Pollard and Tim Patrick. I get Cook and Judy 2 days ago, but got Najee Harris as my running back 1 PPR. Do I take a lap? I trade Zeke and Pollard for Tim Patrick, and I get Cook and Judy. I like the Cook and Judy side. Like, even with the risk going on, I still trade for Cook. I don't know if you have Madison already on your roster, but I'm okay with that. Like, I still am fine with Cook and Madison together. It's a very, very strong top 5 to 10 running back. That's how good Madison is. And if Cook doesn't go down, to injury or get taken out due to this situation, he's a top 1 to 5 running back. So as much as I worry about the Cook situation, if I've got Cook and Madison, I'm not that concerned. Like, Madison's that good. That's why I'm not trading Madison for a wide receiver 3 or a wide receiver, sometimes a low end wide receiver 2. I'm more concerned about getting rid of that meal ticket to the promised land. I'd rather take a gamble on that. Depends on my wide receivers too. Like in the case of what we're talking about, some of you would take Hollywood Brown in a heartbeat for Madison, and I wouldn't blame you if your wide receivers are struggling. But that isn't to say that won't be regretful later if Madison's a top 5 to 10 running back per start. Like there's two sides of that coin. You could cash in now and get a big name like Hollywood Brown or Deontay Johnson or something to that degree. Maybe you could even get one guy said he could get Kyle Pitts, bro, for Madison. Like, you got to take that if your team needs it, and you need to win now. Okay, so clearly there are times to take advantage of something before it really comes to fruition, because there's a chance that Madison's worth nothing all year long, the rest of the way. Maybe Cook stays healthy and in the lineup. So you got to make a determination for your specific team. Smooth Criminal, full PPR, Russell Wilson, Kamara, Swift, JD, Pollard, Diggs, Jefferson, Higgins, Landry, Waller. Any suggestions? I would potentially trade Kamara if you can. The problem is his value might have taken a big hit because he may not play this week. We're going to get to that news in a second. Swift, you can't sell him high. I like him at that value anyway. Swift's a good buy low right now, so I don't know that you could sell him. Diggs, you're not going to sell him probably all that high. Jefferson, you may be able to sell high, but I love Diggs, Jefferson, Waller, Kamara. I like your team. The only thing I would do if I'm you is maybe explore trading Waller away if it somehow got you into like a Hopkins and a tight end, or if you could trade Kamara into an Aaron Jones and let's say a Hopkins, or an Aaron Jones and a McLaurin. I might do that right now with Kamara, but it had to be a really good wide receiver that I like along with an Aaron Jones or an Eckler. So Kamara into Aaron Jones and a wide receiver, or Kamara into Eckler and a wide receiver. Past that, I'm not trading Kamara. He's too good. Good questions. Christian McCaffrey, Mike Williams, Waddle for Aaron Jones, DK, Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, don't worry about Waddle. Take those guys out. Christian McCaffrey, Mike Williams for DK, Aaron Jones. CMC side is still better. The value's higher. You need to get more. CMC shouldn't be traded in 2-for-2s or 3-for-3s. Like, CMC should get you an Aaron Jones and a Hopkins. Aaron Jones and a Diggs, bro. Like, two players. That is the goal of a Christian McCaffrey trade, if you ask me. Let me get to these. I'm going to put these super chats over here, and we'll get to these after the news. Appreciate you guys dropping these in. Hang tight. Don't go anywhere. Super chats will remain. So I'll put these right there. Okay, next piece of news is going to be Mike White. Mike White is starting week number 10. Fire up the Mike White fan club. We're back, baby. And I can't wait to watch this guy throw footballs on Sunday. And I'm real excited to see what this guy's got in store for us again. Guy gets hurt. We don't get to see him do what we knew he was going to do in week number 9. And, he looked phenomenal on the first drive. He was kind of, hit and miss, right? Second drive, phenomenal. Two drives, 95 yards and a touchdown, looking amazing. Then gets hurt. Mike White. Expect Mike White to look phenomenal. I'm just going to say it right now. Okay. Next piece of news. Patrick Mahomes said he will continue to take shots no matter opposing defensive schemes. I think Patrick Mahomes is one of the best buy lows right now in fantasy. People are freaking out. People are weird when it comes to Patrick Mahomes and his value, his trade value, his hold value, his dynasty value. He's figured out, which is absolutely madness. Patrick Mahomes could be the number one quarterback going forward. I like Josh Allen, but Patrick Mahomes could easily be the number one overall fantasy football scorer overall out of all positions going forward. Really, 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 really insane. Patrick Mahomes news is irrelevant. It's not irrelevant because I want to talk about the fact that this guy's a good buy low, Wonk. He's an amazing buy low, and he could win a league if you go and grab this guy. What about Akers? Cam Akers said he might come back this year. What do we do? He's not coming back this year. If Cam Akers comes back this year, he will defy all Achilles injuries in terms of healing processes, and if he comes back, he will get hurt. If he rushes back from an Achilles tear and tries to play, there's no way if his medical team lets him do that, they're out of their mind. First of all, Achilles injuries. Name a running back that has come back and become an elite running, not just played like Marlon Mack, an elite running back. What players suffered an Achilles tear and come back and played elite football? Like, this is a very injury-prone player in Cam Akers. One of my biggest avoids for 2021 for the injury concerns, for the fact that this guy was grossly overvalued. I'm not even that much into the Cam Akers business in 2022 and beyond. Like, I think it's going to be really hard for him to rebound from this injury. I know people say that he looks good. There's footage of him. Like, you can look good moving around and doing drills. It's very different when you're planning and taking hits and the force you take. Cam Akers coming back would be that would be like the nail in his coffin, bro. If he tried to, like, if he has a shot at proving people wrong because he's young enough, like, there aren't a lot of young cases of Achilles tears from potentially big name players that come in, tear their Achilles at a very young age, get it repaired, and then come back. You got Darrell Henderson. Who knows what's going to happen? You think they're really just going to hand the job over to him when Darrell Henderson's going nuts? There's no way. There's no way. Different breed is right. He's a very injury-prone player. He's not. I mean, I don't think he's a different breed. He hasn't proven that at all. Yet first thing he does is tear his Achilles tendon, bro. He's a very injury-prone player. So I'm not going near. What's this say? If Cam Akers thinks he's coming back from that injury that quick, he needs to be institutionalized. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Some of these people that are jumping on this Akers stuff and feeding it to everybody, getting him excited. I feel bad for anybody that's got Cam and they think he's coming back to play football this year. If he did, let's say he did, he would be opening the door to massive injury, re-injury, and he wouldn't be effective. Like, he wouldn't be that effective. He's not going to get back onto starter type level by the end of this thing. Like, could he play a playoff game? I suppose it's possible, like, that he could play a playoff game. But no, it's not going to happen. It's not smart. And if it does happen, it's one of the most ridiculous medical things I've heard in a while, bro. There's no way he should be coming back and playing football. But I appreciate the question, and you know what? A lot of people are asking it, so you're not in the wrong by asking the question. It's in the news, so it's actually a pretty good one to bring up. So I do appreciate you actually saying it. Let's get to some of these super chats, and we'll keep going with the news. Do I try getting one of these, Lamb, Jefferson, or Hollywood Brown for D'Ernest Johnson and Deontay Johnson? Yes, I would try and get Lamb or Jefferson for that, for sure. And I'd probably try and get Hollywood Brown for D'Ernest Johnson. Maybe not for both of them, but I like Hollywood Brown individually over each one individually, for sure. But I think it's a whole different question. Lamb and Jefferson and Hollywood. Hollywood's good, but he's on a lower level than Jefferson and Lamb. But I definitely would try to do those other two, and I would do the other ones one for one. Traded Pittman and an Aaron Jones for Najee. Traded Pittman and Aaron Jones for Najee. Pittman and Aaron Jones for Najee. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with either side. Like, if you were to tell me you needed a wide receiver really, really badly, I could get behind the Aaron Jones and Pittman side too, but I like Najee a lot moving forward. He could hit a rookie wall, but Aaron Jones could be inconsistent due to whatever. You know, like both sides have huge pros and very small cons, but the cons are present. The cons for Najee is that he's a rookie and he's getting a ton of work and he could break down. That is a possibility. People need to be prepared that he has about 2 or 3 games of not doing well because rookies hit a wall. Rookies are used to a college football season. They're not used to especially with the added game in the NFL this year, a longer season. 17 straight, games of football is a lot to endure. Carter, 2 flexes. Michael Carter, Javonte Williams, Judy, Kirk, Bateman. Give me Javonte Williams and Michael Carter because of Mike White being in there to check down to him. Mike White is a check down machine. Zach Wilson didn't know what a check down was. It was hero ball. Here, catch it. Here, catch it. Here, I like Zach Wilson's potential. I do. But he was just throwing hero balls all day long. Zach Wilson is a surgical, I hate to use the word surgeon because as soon as I said that, I did it on my Instagram. I said, Mike White's a surgeon on the field. Right after his touchdown strike, 95 yards and a score. Immediately after I posted that, Mike White, injured arm. And then everyone kept saying, now he needs a surgeon. Thanks a lot, Smitty. Way to jinx it. But he looks like a surgeon out there, knifing the ball all over the field, throwing it check down, first read, second read, check down, first read, check down. Zach Wilson, hero ball. Mike White is a magician on the field, and that makes Michael Carter a mini Alvin Kamara. I didn't say Alvin Kamara, I said mini Alvin Kamara, and he can produce with Mike White in there, checking down. So I like it. I got a small dilemma: Elijah Mitchell or Javonte Williams this week. I mean, if Mitchell is healthy, you got to go with Mitchell. But if he's not, he's not. You know what I'm saying, broski? So it kind of comes down to the news. But bring that to a Saturday night. PPR Waddle tonight or wait and see with AB. Probably Waddle tonight. I'm not sure what to make of Antonio Brown right now for the immediate, future here. So probably Waddle. PPR start Waddle. Oh, that's the one I saw. Okay. Matthew. Smitty. I'm tight end rich. Well, congratulations, pal. With Kittle, Knox, and Freiermuth. The Muth, bro. Do I trade Kittle and Zeke for an upgrade running back? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I guess I would trade Kittle and Zeke for, I want to say Kamara. I know he can miss time. I would still entertain it. I almost feel like, what if you could do Kittle and a wide receiver for a wide receiver upgrade? A Kittle and a Deandre-ish player for Jefferson or Diggs. Might do you better that way. Or if you're going to do a Zeke for Kamara, I wonder if you could give up Freiermuth and keep Kittle in there. I like Freiermuth too. I would explore more than just a running back upgrade. But Zeke Elliott into what running back? What running back is going to be with all the injuries right now? Like even with Chubb, like he's going to miss the week. Kamara could miss the week. It's just, if it's not one thing, it's another. So what's even an upgrade at this point? Because can you afford to be without Kamara for 1 week if Kamara does sit? So I would probably take Kamara if I'm you using Zeke, but that's me. Jonathan Taylor, of course I would do that. Jonathan Taylor for Zeke and Kittle. I mean, try it. I don't know that it'll land it. You'll be able to land it. Najee, I probably would take Najee. CMC, I'd maybe take that, and then I would try and turn CMC, and if not, ride it out. See if CMC can stay healthy, like we talked about for the last couple weeks, despite, I keep forgetting that one guy's name, despite what he wanted to hear, instead of what I was really saying. If he is able to play the remainder of the year and not get hurt, Christian McCaffrey will be in the top 5 overall conversation for 2022 fantasy football drafts. It all boils down to his health. He's just no lock to stay healthy. So would I rather have Zeke and Kittle over CMC? I probably, in your situation, would potentially look to move Zeke, because Zeke's got concerns too of staying healthy. So I don't mind that. Smitty, Mike White is playing the Bills this week. It's okay. He's Mike White, Terry. He's Mike White. I don't got Madison in this league. Shaking my head. Trying to trade Freiermuth for Madison. He does not have a good tight end. Good luck, rock out, trading. Try it. But good luck trying to get Madison for Freiermuth. Maybe because he's desperate, he will at tight end. And there's some people that don't value Madison the way they should. And there's more people, an uncomfortable amount of people come to me every single day, and they say, "Hey, Madison's on waivers. Should I pick him up?" And I'm like, "You out of your mind? Are you out of your, what are you doing? Of course, pick him up. What are you sitting? How are 12 people capable of being corralled into a league? And all 12 of them, including the person asking me, all 12 of them don't know to grab Alexander Madison right now. How is that even possible? The odds, it seems easier to get struck by lightning than to corral 12 people. 12 people, especially the one that's paying for one-on-one advice with me and also has my subscription and hears my videos and my content, and still they're not the one out of the 12 that's already owning them. It's crazy to me that some people still see Madison on waivers and they haven't grabbed him. It's absolutely asinine to me. So I don't know, rock out. I want to say no one's going to do that, but certainly it's possible because I see it every day still. I see it every day. There's probably someone watching right now that goes, should I get Madison? Is that what you're saying? Pick him up? He's on waivers. I can pick him up right now. Should I grab him? Who should I drop? There's someone watching right now where Madison's sitting out there. So I try it, Rock Out. Try it for sure. I will sing your praise if you're able to pull that off, bro. I will be singing Rock Out is a master trader if you're able to do that, pull that off, bro. That would be absolutely insane. Judy or Michael Carter at flex. I'm probably going Michael Carter with Mike White in there. I know it's the Bills, but he checks down to him like a beast, bro. Rest of season, McLaurin or Jefferson? Easiest question I've got all night, Matt. Come on, bro. Matt, little baby, take a lap. Don't get mad, Matt.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
I love McLaurin.
Take a lap.
I love McLaurin. He's a great buy low, but Justin Jefferson's a top 3 wide receiver in my opinion. Don't even hesitate if that's a trade or a decision for you. No way, bro. No way, broski. iSong, Gesicki, or Muth this week. Give me the Muth, bro. Give me the Friar Muth, bro.
What's the name of the event you would like to...
Ziggy, shut up. Traded James Robinson for Metcalf in a standard league. I love it. I love it, Eric. And thank you for the super chat. I take DK over J-Rob right now. J-Rob's a worry. Cameron with a super chat. Cameron, thank you for the super chat, pal. I don't see a question, but I will try and keep a lookout for you if you end up posting one. Kamara, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore for CMC, Evans, Deandre. Kamara, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, CMC, Evans, Deandre. Very, very close, bro. Given that Kamara is banged up right now, I suppose I lean the CMC side. But I do like Evans a little more than Cooper. Deandre and DJ Moore are very close. Very, very close. I would say because Kamara's banged up, the CMC side. But that isn't to say that can't change in a snap, bro. Jackson with the super chat. Thank you, Jackson, for the super chat, pal. Appreciate you. JC, 12 team, 0.5 PPR, Renfro, Waddle, Peoples-Jones, Bateman, sit 1, starting Freeman, by the way. Sit 1, I'm going to probably sit, I guess, Bateman or Peoples-Jones, bro. I'd probably start Waddle. I'd probably start Renfro. They feel a little more consistent. I guess you could sit, I would sit Bateman until he proves more consistent, bro. That would be me. That would be me. Zinski with the super chat. Zinski, appreciate you, buddy boy. Code red. Code red. I think I've got a code red button in here. I think I've got, here we go. I got a code red button.
Red alert. Red alert.
Let's try it one more time, a little louder.
Red alert. Red alert.
Zinski's got a red alert. Code red, Zinski. Would you trade JT Cooks for Lockett and Hill? JT Cooks for Lockett and Hill. No, bro. What's Lockett? Lockett and Cooks, you could argue back and forth. JT you draft before Hill. JT side. You can get way more for JT. If you're trading JT, trade JT for 2 players and don't do any 2 for 2s or 3 for 3s or even Stevens. I'll kick you in the nads. You kick me in the nads. We'll call it even type of trade. You need to kick someone in the nads, period. When you're trading away JT, it's a free nad shot, bro. This isn't a even Steven type of player that you trade away. This is arguably the number 1 or the number 2 overall running back, overall player right now moving forward in fantasy. You can get the world. Thoughts on Ridley rest of season? I mean, 0 points per game? 0 points per game, Cameron? I would hold him if you can, Cameron. I would hold him if you can. But I don't, I mean, if you have to pick up somebody and you're struggling feeling because of buys and injuries, then you got to let him go, I suppose. But Ridley could come back in 3 weeks, 2 weeks. We don't know. I think if I had to guess, Cameron, I'd probably say I could see 50-50 that he comes back. You know, players retire and want to play right away. Like, you know, maybe he's needing football, needing to stay busy, needing to keep his mind occupied. We don't really know. No one knows. People take a lot of guesses. So I'd say hold him if you can, but 50-50 chance that he comes back at all this year. Mike with the super chat. Mike, I appreciate you. DJ Moore for Montgomery. I'd rather have Montgomery right now, to be honest. DJ Moore, I know he's getting Cam Newton. I just don't know what to expect with DJ Moore. And he got hurt last week, scared us all. We thought he was done for the year. Came back into the game. Monty looks good. Monty looks good. I'd take David Montgomery. I think David Montgomery could potentially climb back into what feels like third round value if you were trading or drafting right now. So I'm going to go ahead and say, give me D-Mont in that situation. And maybe not everybody agrees on that, and that's cool. That's cool. I understand. It's arguable. DJ Moore's, a good player, so I get it. Trade Cook for Tyreek and Javonte. If you've got Madison, no. But chat, what do you guys think? Would you rather have Tyreek Hill and Javonte over just Dalvin Cook? I would love to know what the chat thinks. Tyreek Hill and Javonte or just Dalvin Cook with no Madison. What do you guys think? Please vote in the chat for good old Steven. Let Steven know what you're thinking on that one. Trade Cook and Tyreek for Javonte. Okay, that's the same one. Then we got this bad boy right here. Pick 2, Ayuk, Devontae Smith, Freeman, Jacoby, or Elijah Moore. Give me Elijah Moore and I suppose Ayuk if I had to pick. Or Freeman. Freeman or Ayuk, I could go either way on that. Tyreek side, Cook side, Hill and Javonte side. I have Madison. Well, that helps, Steven. Would you be trading Madison too, or would you be keeping Madison, Steven? It's a big detail, bro. It's a big detail to just leave out. Cook and Madison together, Steven. Steven, for coming into the court with unprepared, not presenting the right affidavit, and filling out the right forms.
Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
But I do appreciate your super chat, and you are the man. Keeping Madison. Okay, now we have to re-ask the question, Steven. Okay, the court's got precious time. And now we got to waste the time to ask the question again, Steven. Do you chat? Raise your right hand and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Dear chat and jury. We're going to start calling the chat the jury. Attaboy. Dear jury. Would you prefer to have Dalvin Cook... No. Would you prefer to have Tyreek Hill and Javonte while keeping Madison, or have Cook and you're retaining Madison? Either way, you're keeping Madison. Please vote in the chat and cast your vote, jury. Tyreek Hill side. Sage raised his right hand. Thank you, Sage. Not sorry, Your Honor. It's okay, Steven. In this court, there are no apologies that even matter. Okay. Who went? So vote. Jury, cast your vote. Tyreek side. If you're keeping Madison, bye-bye Cook, says Tanner. Give me the Reek side and Javonte and keep Madison. Madison side. Keep Cook and Madison. There's one vote. There you go, Steven. I think majority people would rather have Hill and Javonte and keep Madison. So there you go, pal. Thoughts on Chris Carson rest of the season? I don't know. I need to hear more about his health before I'm banking on anything out of Chris Carson, who's I think a year after year, year over year disappointment. Okay. Flex 1, Gaskin, Ayuk, Darrell Williams. Clyde might be back. We haven't got to all the news because these super chats have been out of control, which is a good problem to have. I'm not complaining whatsoever, but we got other news to get to, and part of it's relating to some of these questions. Darrell, I'd take Darrell out because Clyde could be back. If Clyde ends up getting ruled out or something, then Darrell might be the safest option. For now, I'm going to go with Ayuk. Gaskin's always hit and miss. I do like Gaskin. I hope Gaskin proves to be consistent, but right now we don't know that he is. I've been away for a bit. How are you? Todd, where have you been, bro? How are you and the fam feeling nowadays after the Roan? Which we try not to, I try and say it in different ways so I don't get all the advertising all jacked up. Hope all is well. It is good. Terry for president 2024, Rapture for VP. Okay, so Terry Roberts for president 2024 and Rapture for VP. Where is Silver Rapture? Is he in here? I haven't seen Silver Rapture in a couple shows. I'm actually a little bit worried now that you said that. I haven't seen Silver Rapture. Where is he at? Trade Kamara for Darrell Henderson and Madison. No. What? Trade Kamara for Darrell Henderson and Madison?
Take a look.
You know you're my boy, Smooth Criminal, but that was hard to read, bro. Kamara for Darrell Henderson. I mean, bro, Madison can win leagues, but you can't trade Kamara. You can't trade Kamara for that. You can't. He might play this week. There's no guarantee that Kamara's out. Overcome Ryan. You're my boy. Ryan, thank you for the super chat here, Ryan. Thank you, bro. Todd, appreciate you. Overcome, did I get your message? I did. And again, Todd, good to see you, buddy boy. Okay. No offense on that lap, broski. Some people take laps harder than others. Some people take them like it's a badge of honor. Would you start Jerry Jeudy over Godwin or Amari Bean? They're both banged up. First of all, we don't know if Godwin's going to play. Yeah, if Amari's starting, I play Amari over Jerry Jeudy. But Jerry Jeudy could prove to get into this type of decision making on a regular basis, but we need a little more out of Jeudy. So Amari if he's playing, and Godwin if he's playing, I go Godwin. But I have a feeling Godwin's going to sit. Do I take Stephon Diggs for Debo Samuel? Dan, yes, I would, bro. I would take Debo. Kamara is out. Is Kamara ruled out already? Did he get ruled out? It says right here, Alvin Kamara remained sidelined at practice Thursday. Kamara is the kind of veteran who could play without practicing. He's not out. Fake news. Who said that? Who said that? Kamara is out, LOL. Libertarian! Hold on. Libertarian trying to put me on blast. Says they're bringing him running back. Oh. Kamara is out. Libertarian trying to put me on blast with the LOL. Libertarian. This is the newest news on Alvin Kamara, broski. Remains sidelined Thursday. Kamara is the kind of veteran who could play without practicing back-to-back. Not practicing puts him firmly on the wrong side of questionable. The Saints are arguably the league's most... Look, it's not locked in, Libertarian. There's no blast in Smitty here. Okay? You can't trick me, bro. I'm trying to blast Smitty. Take a lap, Libertarian.
Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
Now, there could be news that's breaking on that, and you saw it first, but there's no LOL needed. Okay, here's his response. I'm not saying he was out like he was ruled out. I'm just saying hypothetically he's out. Well, then why'd you put a Kamara's out? LOL. Libertarian. Still appreciate you, bro. Adams for Eckler. I mean, if you need a running back, it's arguable. If you need a wide receiver, it's arguable. Adams and Eckler are like right here, bro. I take Eckler. He's already had the bye. Running backs are worth more. Give me Eckler. Gibson for Montgomery. Take Montgomery in a heartbeat. Sorry you're late to the stream, Captain. Overcome. Take a baby.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Just for being
take a lap. Take
late
a lap.
and because I want to hit the button. Appreciate you, Overcome. Overcome's always a staple of the show. Always appreciate Overcome here. You're my boy, Blue. Akers hinting a comeback. We talked about this already, Ryan, and there's just no way he's coming back and being effective or staying healthy if he tries to come back. Akers coming back would be a grave mistake. Absolute massive mistake on his part. Put a nail in his coffin if this dude tries to come back and play on a torn Achilles. Name a running back, Ryan, that's ever returned to an elite status after tearing an Achilles. Now, granted, he's young. He's very young. Usually Achilles tears happen with a not like elite name that's young. It'll be a weird case study, but he's a very injury prone guy. He was on my top 3. He was number 1. He was on my top 3. My number 1 avoid running back. No, Henry was. He was my number 2 avoid running back in 2021. In my top 3, bro. And for the injury reasons, and he's going to come back. The injury-prone running back is going to come back from an Achilles tear the same year. You got to be out of your mind, Ryan. Herbert and Jacobs or Watson and Swift in Dynasty. Herbert and Jacobs or Watson and Swift. That's tough, bro. I love Herbert. I just don't like Jacobs. I probably take the Watson and Swift side, but I wonder if Watson plays again. If Watson plays again, that Swift side's better, and I wonder if you could trade more. That's tough. Oh, it's super flex. Sorry, I'm just getting to that question. God, that's tough. Let's go to the jury. Jury, raise your right hand. Would you rather have in Dynasty Superflex Herbert and Jacobs or Watson and Swift? I think you got to go Herbert. Herbert sided. Superflex. Herbert you would draft ahead of all of them. Herbert would be a top 7 overall pick in a Superflex, bro. So he's the best player in the deal. As much as I want Swift, I don't think you can bank on Watson right now. That's going to be my judgment, but I would love to know what the jury ends up saying. Herbert and Jacobs, Herbert side. Legion says Smitty, Kamara, and Gibson for Taylor. Give me Taylor all day long, bro. All day long, bro. He's playing. Thank you for the super chat, Ryan. I appreciate you, boy. Gibson for Montgomery. I already got to that one. Yes, Montgomery. Spiffy's in the house. Spiffy's looking spiffy. Bro, look at that. Bro, are you on the Titanic, bro? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's looking spiffy. Captain Levi here. Appreciate you, pal. The Chubb, Madison, Kelsey. Okay, so guys, has me with Corey Davis at the flex this week. Okay, what do you guys think of this trade? What was the trade? Let's repeat his question. Or let's read his question. The Chubb, Madison, Kelsey, Hendy, Swift, Andrews has me with Corey Davis at flex this week. Chase and B Cooks on a bye, still worth taking now. Let me find that trade offer because the way I'm reading that. Send me the trade offer again, Spiffy. Put it in the chat, the exact trade offer, and let's have everybody vote on it. I'm the first. I'm in first, so I just traded Landry for him. Cameron, this happened a while ago. This comment, what are you referring to? Overcome. Woods a sell with Odell going to the Rams? Probably, if you can get in. I mean, people are going to be freaked out about it. I don't know if anybody's going to be buying. Terry Roberts says, you're the man, Smitty, for president. No, Terry, you're the president here. Okay? Appreciate you, Terry. Terry's the man. The man with the plan. Did they get to this one? Adams and Eckler or Adams for Swift? Oh, I don't know if I answered the second part of this iSong. I'm sorry. Adams for Swift. Swift and Cooper. I'd rather have Adams for Eckler. Sorry I didn't get to that second part there. Ryan, I got Ryan's. I think I'm caught up on the Super Chats. Rob, would you start Jerry Jeudy over Godwin? I got to that one. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Man, you guys are crazy today with these Super Chats. I appreciate it. Keeping the lights on. Trade Zeke, Pollard, Marvin Jones, and Michael Carter for CMC, Hubbard, AB, and Jeudy. Zeke, Pollard, Marvin Jones. Yeah. Take CMC. Take CMC, bro. And then try and trade him. Try and flip him. I'm talking about Ridley. Oh, yes, Ridley. Thank you, Cameron. Sorry, you got to understand, if it's not in the question, man, it's going to be in one ear and out the other the next minute. Like if someone asked me who asked about Ridley 10 minutes from now, I'd probably forget it. Is it Cameron? Is that guy? Cameron, aren't you the one with the crazy avatar? Where'd it go? Where'd your picture go, bro? I didn't approve you taking that picture out. You bet, Legion. All right, where's Spiffy? I was actually on the MSC cruise. I knew you were on a cruise ship, bro. But where's this trade? Post this trade and then I'll get to it. Here it is. So I want to get everybody's vote on this, please. The jury, raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth. Swift, Mark Andrews, and Henderson. Would you rather have Swift, Mark Andrews, and Henderson, or would you rather have Chubb, Kelsey, and Madison? He has Dalvin Cook. PPR, he has Dalvin Cook. Would you trade in Andrews, Darrell, and Swift to get Chubb, who's out this week? Chubb, Kelsey, and Madison. Smitty had just traded Peterson, Sanders, and Julio for Cooper. Sure. Give me Amari Cooper. What do you guys think? We got one vote for Swift already. We've got a Swift side, Hendy side, Swift, Andrews, Henderson side, Chubb, Kelsey, Madison side, Chubb, Kelsey, Madison side. So a little bit, I think people are leaning a little bit Swift side. Chubb side, I go Chubb side, Swift, Chubb. Go Hendy side because Chubb out and still has a bye week to come. What's your record, Spiffy? If your record's really good, I'm sticking with the Chubb. I just forget what side you're or what your record is. Majority is saying Swift, but I would say it's like 40%, 60-40 Swift side. But I'm leaning Chubb. Your team looks better with Chubb and Kelsey in there, and you're securing up that Cook Madison. I like it. I do it. If your record's good, if you even got 6 wins, okay, let's get to the news. Kyler Murray. This one's a good one. A lot of people have been asking about Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. 2 players that are on a lot of people's minds right now. What do we do? Kyler Murray remains sidelined Thursday. DeAndre Hopkins remains sidelined on Thursday. Neither veteran is likely to play all week in practice, but these are 2 players that I think could both show up and play this Week 10 outing. Of the 2, I think Kyler is more likely to play than Hopkins, but according to these 2 reports, Ian Rappaport noted that Hopkins is in a similar situation as Kyler, ankle, who also missed Wednesday and Thursday's practices. Both could still play without getting any amount of work in prior to kickoff. With A.J. Green back in the lineup, Hopkins' pending status is less dire than Murray's. So as I was saying, I believe that we're more likely to see Kyler play than we are Hopkins, but hopefully both these guys make it onto the field. We'll know more maybe Saturday, and we might not know until kickoff. It could be that kind of situation. Cam Newton signed a 1-year, $10 million contract. The deal guarantees him $4.5 million. For reference, Newton's last deal with the Patriots was only included $1.5 million in guarantees. It's starter money in a roundabout way for the 32-year-old to return to his old stomping ground since the organization originally released him for Teddy Bridgewater before shipping the later. So I don't know if you need a quarterback especially if you're in a super flex. Grab him. Like in super flex, you grab any starter that's out there. Plain and simple. Starters need to be scooped up. Baked In Boys, did you send me a DM yet? Breaking down the situation? Because I'll play it if you have. Upside for DJ Moore. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Cam's gonna do to him. Everyone seems to think, okay, this is upside for him, but could Cam destroy him? Could Cam destroy DJ Moore? I don't know. Could he make him into a top 10 wide receiver or destroy him? Tough to know. It's baked in, boys. I'm 6-3 in 4th place, says Spiffy. I go get Chubb, bro. I punch it. I secure your Cook and Madison. You got Kelsey. You got Nick Chubb. You're 6-3 in 4th place. I like it. That's the Cam Newton news. James Robinson returned to practice on Thursday with the heel. Let him play a game potentially, but I would definitely consider selling high on J-Rob right now. I just worry about him maintaining his value that he has when he's on the field. But because he's been out, people are worried about him. I think you got to let him play a game or two before you start, trying to shop him. Next piece of news that is out there, Clyde Edwards-Helaire looked great at practice on Wednesday, which was crazy to hear. Phenomenal news. It sounds like they will potentially shove him right back into the lineup. And I'm not saying that the Bears situation has any relation to the Chiefs situation, but we saw what happened with Monty. Herbert was clearly better than any Chiefs running back's been since Clyde's been out. I mean, Herbert's been great, and they put their starter right back in. Reed loves Clyde, and if you kind of think about it, and you can laugh at this all you want, because a lot of people hate Clyde. A lot of people are extremely against Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He was back-to-back 100-yard games, a touchdown in each one of those games. He was doing very, very well. The offense was doing very well. As soon as Clyde Edwards-Helaire left the offense, it has started to go down and things have been bad. I think Andy Reid wants him in there. I think Mahomes wants him in there. I think Clyde will potentially return to some pretty good value. Tough to know for certain. Do I trade for him at that expectation level? No. But if you've got Clyde, time to get a little bit excited that Clyde could return to his form that he had before he got hurt, which was really, really good. He was rock solid. And people are clowning on him left and right when he had a really good string of games going before he went down. Jefferson, the Vikings OC wants to get him the football more. A lot of people have been DMing me, do I worry about Jefferson? I've seen comments in here. Do I worry about Jefferson? Who do you like better, Jefferson or Lamb moving forward? I like Lamb. You guys know how much I love CeeDee Lamb, but Jefferson's in my top 3 go forward, and they want to give him the football more. They will get him the football more. He's a playmaker. He gets things done. Expect this man to be a top 3 wide receiver going forward. Super chat here by Evan. Traded CMC and Chuba for Terry and Hendy.
Take a lap, take a lap, take a lap, take a lap.
Evan, I don't like it, pal. You asked me for my honest and blunt advice for a reason, right, bro? 240 in here, 99 likes. Please, guys, there's over 240 of you in here. and only 99 likes. It helps my channel more than I can express by you just taking 1 second. If you're on mobile, just click the X on the live chat, hit the thumb up button, and hit live chat, and you're right back. It takes literally 1 second to thumb up the video. Lamb me, for goodness sakes. Punch it. Punch the lamb button. It's a big thumb up button. If you hit the thumb up button, you will lamb me. Okay? So do it. Do it live. Evan, you're giving me this super chat because you want my honest approach. You want my honest take. And I'm telling you, bro, I don't like this trade. I think you could have got a lot more. I love both Hendy and McLaurin, but McCaffrey commands a lot more than this, broski. I wish you would have come to me, Evan, before you made the trade. Not that it can't work out for you, but it definitely is not the deal I would have recommended for you. I appreciate your super chat, though, and we'll work on it next time. Zach, have Knox and Freiermuth. Who should I play? Put in the Muth, bro. Until we know Knox is firing on all cylinders, bro, put in the Muth, bro. He's earned it. He's the man. He's the myth. He's the legend. Pick 2, Gaskin, Javonte, or the Cleveland running back. Assuming Chubb doesn't play this week, and he's probably out, you're going to go with Javonte and then Dearness Johnson, bro. Pretty easy call for me. Thoughts on Odell and AP for the playoffs? Adrian Peterson? I mean, he could be a flex type value. Odell, he's got a lot to learn and pick up. He's going to be a nuisance more than he's consistent. I'm not expecting much out of him yet. Like, could he become a wide receiver 3 in fantasy? Yeah, he could. And maybe he's needed this quarterback situation. Maybe he's going to be utilized. I don't know. You know, Stafford's more than capable of force feeding the football to somebody. So Odell, I don't have high hopes for, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you. Let's see here. So yeah, Odell Beckham Jr. agreed to terms with the Rams. There's some conflicting information. Like I'm pretty sure it's a done deal, but yeah, he signed with the Rams. This hurts Cooper Kupp. Look, you could say it doesn't hurt Cooper Kupp, but it does. It does. How much? I don't know. Cooper Kupp and Stafford have a very special relationship, like speed dial. You know, like iPhone do not disturb. If Cooper Kupp calls Stafford, he's on his non-do not disturb list. Like this relationship is special, very special. But Odell Beckham Jr. is still a good talent that's gonna disrupt the situation, and it's probably bad for Woods more than it's bad for Kupp. It's probably bad for Van Jefferson more than it's bad for Kupp. Kupp is going to definitely be targeted by Stafford on the regular first read. It's not going to change a whole lot in some respects, but at the same time, we don't know what is going on with the dynamic, 2 weeks from right now. Like, what's this look like? Are they more efficient, and do they run the ball more? Like, does it just create a different dynamic? A lot of this stuff can be disruptive more than anything. I don't know what to make of it. I don't think it's anything you want to panic about. It doesn't move Kupp out of the top 2 or 3 or 4 wide receivers or anything crazy like that. But is it good news? No. It's not good news Odell Beckham Jr. signed with the Rams. It's not good news it's good news for Stafford, but it just can't be good news for Woods, especially Van Jefferson and Kupp. It's just not. It's not good news. It's not. It just can't be. I know Cooper Kupp owners are going to try and spin it and be like, oh, it's great because it means that he's not going to do anything. Like, it's not good. It's not good. It's not horrible, but it's not good. He's a big name guy that can catch clutch passes. He's not going to be consistent. Wide receivers moving teams, they never have a very good, smooth, safe transition. Like, it's always a very volatile type of thing. It's tough for a wide receiver to move teams. But Odell Beckham Jr., remember I said he's going to be top 10, says Robert. I think it definitely can't be in this situation top 10, Robert. But, I mean, let's say Cup went down, where's Wood, or something like that. Like, who knows what could happen. But I think this is a cloudy situation. But, Robert, do you think he's still going to do well? Or are you saying that, now that you don't love Odell? Hawkinson this week or Gesicki? Give me Hawkinson. So, curious to know what you guys think of that Odell situation, how it affects Dalvin Cook. Eli Mitchell remains sidelined. This is concerning. We don't want Jeff Wilson to get in and, grab some carries or something, but this is the same thing last week. He hasn't had a full practice in the last 2 weeks, but he did play through the injury successfully last week. So expect Mitchell to probably go until we hear otherwise. They can support 2 top 10 wide receivers. Yeah, but I don't think Woods. See, that's the thing, Robert. I appreciate your take, and I like the bold stuff, bro. And trust your gut. But I think Woods isn't going to relinquish enough for Odell to be top 10. But I don't think Odell is going to be a wide receiver 3. I think he'll barely be a wide receiver 3 in fantasy at some point once he gets firing up. But, hey, man, anything can happen, and injuries can happen and all that. But I'm not expecting much out of Odell, to be quite frank. I think I've got all the news that I wanted to talk about up on the screen. Again, this was the big one that I wanted to go over. And I hope Baked In Boys left me a message. I'm going to go searching for it, Baked In Boys. It better be there, pal. I'm counting on you, bro. I'm counting on you. Let's request into Matthew Berry's live stream. Taking live requests.
What should I do at Deandre Hopkins?
Okay. Matthew Berry's live, and I'm requesting in, see if he's interested in taking a live request.
Me to Cameron Wolf's tweet. Fantasy Life app, by the way, is a great app. Like you should.
We'll put him in the corner. If he ends up accepting our live stream, we'll go live with Matthew. Okay, so then we'll go to the Baked In Boys question. Baked In Boys, did you leave me something or not? Matthew with the super chat. Ozzy with the super chat. Appreciate that, broski. Smitty, guy wants T. Higgins, McLaurin. I get Jefferson and Damian Harris or Gibson. T. Higgins and McLaurin. Give me Jefferson and Damian Harris, bro. By a mile. By a long mile, broski. Ozzy was offered the following: give away Mike Williams and Elijah Mitchell for Deontay and Javonte and Tony Pollard. I'd probably rather have Mitchell and Mike Williams, to be honest with you. I think that could go either way. Like, if Javonte gets in there, the Javonte side crushes this trade. But for right now, it's Mitchell and Mike Williams for right now. Seeing if Matthew Berry's going to add us. Okay, so I messaged Matthew Berry right now and told him we got 250-ish people in here, and that if he goes live, we'll battle it out. Okay. Riffer with a super chat. Riffer, thank you for the super chat. Traded Monty for Hollywood Brown. I like Hollywood Brown a little more right now, but Monty could gain that kind of value. Thank you for the super chat, pal. All right, might pull the trigger here. Eckler and Beasley for Tyreek Hill and Mitchell. Eckler and Beasley for Tyreek Hill and Mitchell. Give me Tyreek Hill and Mitchell in that, but that's arguable. It's a very, very close one, bro. It's a very, very close one. Eckler and Beasley for Tyreek Hill and Mitchell. Yeah, I take Tyreek Hill and Mitchell. I mean, you could argue both sides, bro. You could definitely argue both sides. It's funny, a lot of people in his live stream are saying go live with Smitty. We'll see if he Emmanuel Sanders or Bateman this week. Give me Emmanuel Sanders, but very arguable. Okay, I'm going to lower that volume. Sorry about that. Okay, Ozzy. Did I answer this question here? CMC and Zeke. Oh, you own CMC and Zeke. Was offered the following. Give away Mike Williams and Elijah Mitchell for Deandre and Javonte Williams. Sorry, I'm just looking to see if we're going live here. Give away Mike Williams and Elijah Mitchell for Deandre and Javonte Williams. I think I already answered this one. Yeah. Okay. Mike Williams and Elijah Mitchell. What do you guys think on that? Am I wrong on that? Waddle or Woods? Give me Waddle give me Woods this week. Aaron Jones, Clyde, and Corey Davis for Swift and Pittman. Aaron Jones, Clyde, and Corey Davis for Swift and Pittman. Give me the Aaron Jones side. Give me the Aaron Jones side. Cam. Davonte Adams. Davonte Adams, Jacobs, and Thielen for Diggs, Boyd, and Zeke. Give me Diggs and Zeke, bro. Give me Diggs and Zeke. Easy one. Easy one. Going live tonight. I don't know, Riff, if I will. I may or may not. I'm trying to go live on Instagram with Matthew Berry, and then I'll flip the phone around if he does accept. But I send it to him. We'll see if he's gonna accept this or not. What's up, Goat? Appreciate you being here. Smitty, Keenan Allen and Connor for Gibson and Cup. Keenan Allen and Connor for Gibson and Cup. Give me the Cup side. But, you know, you could argue Connor's a beast right now and Keenan Allen's bouncing back, but I still take Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's the best player in the trade. Roll with Connor or sell high. I would sell high if the right deal's in place. Terry, how many likes and how many viewers do we have right now? Mine's frozen. Mine's frozen, Terry. Update me, pal. Let me know where we're at. Who could I trade for Jacobs and Judy? Could also throw in Gesicki. Jacobs and Judy. Go after, let me see, Jacobs and Judy. You could maybe get a Diggs, bro. Maybe you could get a CeeDee Lamb at this point. You know what I mean? I go after CeeDee Lamb. Roll with Connor. So depends on the offer again, guys. Brissett starting tonight. Bench Gesicki for Hawkinson. I'd have Hawkinson in there anyway. Freiermuth or Freeman at the flex. Give me. That's close. Freeman's close. What question you guys have for Matthew Berry? Let me ask him and see if.
Passing game involvement. Sanders has been really good. Part of one of the best passing offenses in the world. But
go follow Matthew Berry, by the way. Matthew Berry is he's the GOAT, bro. He's the GOAT. I'm gonna ask him. What? I want to ask him something about Cook. He's probably already answered a lot of Cook questions, though. But we'll see. Aaron Jones, Clyde, and Corey Davis for Swift and Pittman. Aaron Jones, I like the Aaron Jones side. Aaron Jones, CEH, and Corey Davis side. Give me Aaron Jones. I like that a lot. Swift and Pittman's interesting, but I'll take Aaron Jones and Clyde. Swift's a tough one to read on. Like, Swift's got potential top 5 to 10 running back value right now in this very volatile running back climate. Bro, I was getting Kyle, I didn't hear you answer this, but Hyde or Bell and Claypool or Gage. Hyde or Bell. Neither, I guess. Bell, Claypool, or Gage. Claypool is banged up and probably not playing, bro. But if he played, I suppose I'd go Claypool. But I'm not sure on that one, bro. Trade Waller and Higgins for Hopkins and Gesicki. T. Higgins. Give me Waller and T. Higgins, but that's a close one. If Hopkins were healthy and delivering right now, I would take that in a heartbeat. Hey, Kyler, or hey, Kyle, this is a family-friendly show, bud, says Rick. Missed my super chat. Okay. Let me go find it, bro. 1 second. 1 second, broski. Riff, appreciate you, my man. Traded Monty for Hollywood Brown. I don't mind. Hollywood Brown's a good ad. Smitty, Allen or Connor for Cooper Kupp and Gibson. Again, I'd take Cooper Kupp. Matt, appreciate you, Matt. Matthew, Austin. Austin says Emmanuel Sanders or Bateman. Again, I think I'd take Emmanuel Sanders. Where is Slayer's super chat? Here it is. All right, Slayer, I got you right here, pal. Is trading off Diggs for Justin Jefferson good for me? Trading off Diggs for... I like Jefferson a little more than Diggs, bro. But you could argue either one. Both have had their bye week. I love both of them. Both have top 5 wide receiver potential. The difference is Diggs is trying to climb up into where Jefferson's already scoring. So give me Jefferson if I had to pick between the two. Pretty easy call for me. So I'm trying to figure out Matthew Berry. Let's see here. Berry is the GOAT.
Just want to talk about this with Peter, but in case you missed that section of it, my DJ Moore feelings rest of the season with Cam signing. Don't know when Cam gets in there. I don't think Cam's going to be any worse than Sam Darnold or PJ Walker. But
it's Matthew Berry live. We're trying to get in there with him on Instagram. I don't know if he's seeing my request, so I sent him a request. We'll try and go live with Matthew. Gaskin or Fournette, I'd say... Hey, you got the same question. I'm trying to get... I don't think he's going to see my request. He's got so much going on there, I'm sure. Oh, well. I thought it'd be fun to get Barry on our show and be live. I know Matthew Berry professionally, not personally, but I know him professionally. He's a good dude. Nicest guy in the world. He comes on my show at least once a year. And just one of the nicest guys in the business. And he gets a lot of flack because he's so popular. Once you get to a certain level of popularity, you're going to have a bunch of haters. And he has a ton of haters. He has a ton of people that love him. And, he handles it with grace, bro. Imagine getting blasted left and right like people blast him. People are jealous that he's climbed as high as he's climbed and made his way. He literally carved his way out in the industry by himself. People call him, like, they think he got lucky because ESPN scooped him up. He worked like years and years trying to present to ESPN and Fox and all these different places saying, hey, here's what I could do for you. Hire me. Dude made his own way. No, he didn't get lucky. He didn't fall into anything He earned it, and he literally is the GOAT in the industry, and he paved the way for pretty much everybody else. So Matthew Berry deserves everyone's respect, and I give nothing but respect to that man. Jefferson for Woods and Montgomery. Give me Jefferson, given the Odell Beckham Jr. situation. You know, I'm going to take Justin Jefferson. Overcome. Appreciate you, buddy boy. 225 in here's 161 likes. Hit the like button, Terry says. I'm still trying to get into Matthew Berry's Instagram live, so bear with me. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. But I'm trying to see if he'll jump live with us. Go follow Matthew Berry. So I'm trying to get into the live stream, so bear with me.
Just $9.99 a month. It's a really good deal. I think the bundle, the Hulu, Disney.
Should I trade Debo and Terry for Diggs and Pittman? Give me Diggs and Pittman, bro.
Anyway, appreciate you guys.
Say bye to Matthew.
Tomorrow I'll be on with Field and Stefania and Daniel. We'll be breaking down everything for Week 10. Be sure to check that out. New Love Hate up on ESPN.com. Please check that out. New fantasy show tomorrow, ESPN Plus. That debuts tomorrow. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, ESPN2, Fantasy Football Now. Field, Stefania, and myself, and the whole cast of characters. So we will get you ready for Week 10, whatever you enjoy. But either way, really appreciate you guys coming in, hanging in, following me on social media.
Anyway, I thought that would have been fun to try and get in on that, but he had a lot going on. He had a lot of messages, but thought it was worth a try because we would have brought him on our show. There would have been as many people as he had in his live. We have pretty much as many people over here, so he'd have double the people to punch that Hulu plug for. So I was just trying to get in there. Overcome, I still take Woods and Monty, their brother, says Ronald. Super chat here from Rhino. Knox or Javonte in the flex if CEH plays. I'd probably go... I mean, if we thought CEH was going to get a full volume, I'd be tempted to play him over both of those. But Javonte feels safest. Yo-Yo says Christian McCaffrey plus Woods for Justin Jefferson plus Swift. Give me Justin Jefferson and Swift in that scenario, I think. That's tough, though. And it's a keeper league. Yeah, I mean, Swift and JJ, the keeper league, I like more than Christian McCaffrey Woods. McCaffrey might finish the year out strong, but I don't know how much I feel about McCaffrey's long-term value yet. He's got to prove it all year. So, yo, Smitty, Chubb and Damian Harris for Davonte and Henderson, non-PPR. Chubb and Damian for Davonte, Smith and Henderson. Give me Chubb and Damian if you have a good record and can afford for him to be out this week and the bye week. Should I trade Diggs and Connor for your little Cooper Cup? I would take Diggs and Connor over just Cup right now, I think. Like, if you need running back production, if you're 7 wins or 6 wins, maybe I don't trade Cup. But if you need a spark, Connor could be the spark, bro. I mean, 3 TDs last week. No Edmonds. I don't know, man. Oh, Davonte Adams. Sorry if I read that wrong. Oh, okay. Chubb and Damian Harris for Davonte Adams and Henderson. Give me, if that's Davonte Adams, you said Davonte. If that's Davonte Adams, bro, and Henderson, I'm taking Davonte Adams and Henderson in a heartbeat. I don't know. I think I got to go to Baked In Boys. He's probably left me a message. Let's go to the voicemails.
It's voicemail time. Drop a voicemail at the Fantasy Football Show on the gram. Tell your grandma.
He'll punch you in the throat.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Where's Baked In, boys? Here we go. So we're waiting for Baked In Boys to leave us a message. And
It's Smitty. It's the one known as Baked In Boys. I don't think we have enough information yet on Cook to really give an intelligent opinion. We need to see something actually get filed, but it's just so common to see domestic violence stuff that is really discouraging. As far as Deshaun Watson goes, I mean, just settling with one plaintiff happens every day, but over 20 seems almost impossible. I know the cases are consolidated, but that doesn't mean anything other than it could happen quicker. So I think Watson is in a really bad situation. Cook maybe or maybe not.
yeah, Baked In Boys, I'm gonna try calling you, bro. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but we'll talk a little bit, okay? I'm calling Baked In Boys. He does not need to answer. It sounds like he's at the gym pumping iron. But let's see if he can jump on. If he can't, that's no problem. It sounded like you know what? If he's pumping iron, I'm pumping iron. Hold on. I'm not going to have him. I'm not going to be outdone by Baked In Boys. If he's pumping iron, I'm pumping iron, bro. Not going to outdo me on my own show. He comes in, I'm just going to, what's up, Baked In? You don't come to the gym, to the fantasy football show, and outwork me, okay? No one outworks me. I don't care if you're in the gym, Baked In Boys. I'm calling you, bro. We're gonna call him one more time. I don't know if he can answer, but I don't care if you're in the gym. I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym, bro. You're in the gym. I'm in the gym. Let's just have a little gym session, bro. Get a pump in. Talk a little Deshaun Watson. We'll call him one more time. I don't think he's going to answer. I'm in the gym. You're in the gym. Get a little pump in. What's up, bro? What's up?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me over the gym sounds that I got going on over here? Look, you're live on the Fantasy Football Show. I just wanted to talk to you real quick about this. You're an attorney. You're a criminal defense attorney.
I did for about 10 years.
Okay. Now you're just a gym rat?
Always was a gym rat.
Always. Okay. So my question for you would be, and I agree with you on the Deshaun Watson stuff. Do you mind if I show you on camera?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm in just the gym locker room.
Can I get a Baked In Boys real quick?
Baked In Boys.
It's Baked In Boys. This is Baked In Boys. You guys know him in the chat as Baked In Boys. Was a criminal defense attorney, right? Was.
Correct.
Okay. So my thinking on the Deshaun Watson thing is that, like you said, it's consolidated, but not a class action. A lot of people confuse class action and consolidated. From everything I've gathered, and I've had attorneys on here before, it just streamlines it, right? So like affidavit signings, things that go a lot quicker process-wise. But you're right, 20 plus cases settling, even though it's one attorney, and they're all after money. So you think it would be easier, a little easier than it sounds, but it is a lot. And on top of that, they couldn't do a class action, and correct me if I'm wrong, because there were potentially other victims out there. And when you can't corral everybody into a class action, it makes it hard to make it a class action. Is that correct?
There's a period where they got to find all the potential plaintiffs. Are there more than... That's another thing that seems really bizarre to me. Most people have one massage therapist, maybe two. I don't know how you get 22, and I don't know how you get more than 22.
He
played for, the season doesn't have 22 games, and half of them's home games.
Yeah, so I'm still
a little bit confused. How's that possible?
Well, my understanding...
He has homes in other area codes, like, you're playing 8 games out of town.
Well, my understanding is that it wasn't just massage therapists. It was also like estheticians and a bunch of different people that this apparently occurred with. And he would just reach out on Instagram to amateur, massage therapists and estheticians and different things. And it was always a random like fan type of situation. That's what makes it very like Superman complex. Like he had some kind of potential desire to get somebody to come in and be wowed by, hey, this is Deshaun Watson. Like, oh my God, you know, and it also made it very, you know, like, I don't know. We'll get into the details of that, but yeah, I agree with you that in Deshaun Watson's case, it's very problematic because even if, let's say, he consolidates and they're able to go ahead and settle with all 20 of these cases, okay? Even if they're able to do that, there still could be a whole new case that emerges, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 down the road after 1 or 2 people that he potentially could have done this to or allegedly done this to watch a settlement happen. They might say, well, hey, I was also a victim. And then you're right back in the same boat. So I feel like he's a very risky player in Dynasty because in a class action lawsuit, it'd be said and done. You couldn't get back into this type of thing if you decided and elected not to be a part of the class action. But in this case, right? Am I right on that? If it's a consolidated case, it doesn't matter. Someone could emerge a year from now and do the same thing, right?
I don't know really about Texas law, but I just bet they don't have a statute of limitations on this particular. A lot of places don't have a statute of limitation on rape.
Yeah. So
I don't think anywhere in the country does. So yeah, somebody could pop up a year or 10 years from now and say, yeah, you know, I was just. And it's one of those things where there's a kind of a chilling effect. A lot of the time, people don't believe that women are getting sexually assaulted, and you know, they don't come forward till like 10 years later. Or like, look at all this stuff with Michigan State.
Yeah,
women were coming back and they were like 40.
Yeah.
Filing
So
suits and stuff in college.
Moving on real quick to the Dalvin Cook situation. What is your initial take as a former criminal defense attorney? What do you feel? Where do you feel like this is going to go? And given, first of all, his legal team. It was whether you want to talk about right and wrong, or I'm not going there from a legal perspective. It was genius to come out and jump out in front of this because it gave you believability with Cook first, and then you're maybe torn, but at least you first started off in a place where you're
like Watson, where he said nothing, and then now look what you know.
Yeah.
What happened.
So if he is innocent,
however, there's also 22 people in Watson.
right.
Versus one, it's way easier to deal with just one. But
tell me your initial like under 1 minute take on the Dalvin Cook situation and whether you think we're headed down a bad road or.
The problem is we've seen so many cases, and for some reason a lot of them are running backs, but a lot of cases where it was like domestic violence, and it just like the Ray Rice and Kareem Hunt, Adrian Peterson it wasn't a woman, it was his kids, but you just saw too many. There's seen so many examples. If she comes out with some sort of picture where he gave her a black eye or something.
Well, that is already out. That's already out. I don't know if you've seen that DM, but in her.
Maybe I haven't been. I've been trying to keep up with you.
Yeah. So in her evidence she submitted, there was that DM of him. Like, so here's the bad part. In the DM, she says, "Look what you did to my face." He says, "I'm sorry. If you want to go to the police, I'll take my punishment like a man." In the DM, and if the DM's real, that is damaging because in that DM it said nothing about what he described happened when it occurred. So the problem's going to be.
It was self-defense. I mean, that's the problem. Like, honestly, there's a lot of men going through domestic violence too.
Yeah.
That sometimes have to do what they have to do in self-defense, but there's just not too many people who have sympathy for that, even though it's something that they should, because it's way more common than you might think. It's not always men beating up women, but I'm just saying we've had like a lot of high-profile football players involved in domestic violence.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what I mean?
But what do you make as a criminal defense attorney? I mean, a former criminal defense.
Imagine he's going to argue self-defense.
Right. But even if, let's say even if he says, because he had 2 guests there that I'm sure will testify that happened the way that Dalvin Cook's describing, that she came in, she maced him, she, had a weapon and all that. She broke in with the garage door opener, which I'm sure she had previously and never returned. Let's be honest, that's probably how that went. But she came in, reportedly maced him, held him hostage there. That's what Dalvin Cook's saying. But how damaging is it as a former criminal defense attorney? How damaging is it that in the DM that if it is real, she says, "Look what you did to my face. I can't even go visit my family for Thanksgiving." And this is a year ago, though. Just so people don't think it happened just the second with this Thanksgiving, but they're talking about last year. How damaging is it that in the DM, if it's real, he says, "I know, I'm sorry, I'll take my punishment like a man." It doesn't say anything about what he's claiming happened in the DM. Like, how damaging is that for him?
You're going to have to weigh it against whatever evidence he has, but damaging because, like I said, people just think about, like, common sense. We've heard of so many cases in relatively recent years of football players beating up their wives and girlfriends. And then he says, "Yeah, I beat you up. I'm willing to take my punishment."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It seems...
I'm just saying, it's going to be hard to get an impartial jury because, everyone in the world has heard of Ray Rice.
So
Everyone in the world heard of Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, so it comes down to this, that there's no criminal... There's no criminal situation yet, but will there become a criminal situation because now the police are aware of it? Like, if it were true, like, is there a criminal investigation that gets opened up in these cases most of the time?
Yeah, well, the first thing people should do is go to the police. If she already has a lawyer and he didn't tell her to do that, file a police report, I can't. She doesn't have a lawyer, because that would be the first thing they would tell you. File a police report.
Even after the fact? A year later?
I mean, you could.
Because neither
Apparently she still has the DMs.
Because neither one of them went to the police. There's no police report on it at all. So each of them are claiming this crazy situation.
That probably helps Cook is that, you would, like I said, I don't know, maybe she didn't get a lawyer a year ago, because that'd be the very first thing.
Yeah, she didn't. He did, reportedly neither one of them went to the police. So there's no police report at all. So that is a good thing on the Cook side. If Cook is telling the truth, she's late. You can't just a year later be like, "Okay, here, I'm going to the police." But I mean, you could, but I'm just saying people are going to look at it differently. All right, man. Well, hey,
I have to look up. I don't know the statutes of limitations in Minnesota either, but
yeah,
probably she could still file something.
All right, Baked In boys. I appreciate you checking in. Now, go back to getting your pump on. And
Okay.
What are you benching these days?
405 pounds.
405. All right, I got my work cut out for you. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
That's my all-time bench. What's that?
I'll have to get back to you on that one because I don't think I'm there yet. So you've got the...
You do a lot more running than I do.
Yeah. All right, big man. Appreciate you. Later.
All right.
That's Baked In, boys. I can't confirm, but he was. I believe him. He says he was a former defense attorney. So that was pretty interesting. But I think what it's going to come down to, guys, unfortunately, is more evidence popping up, good or bad, for Dalvin Cook. That's going to change the trajectory of where this goes. For right now, it seems like there's not enough to derail his season because exempt list doesn't feel likely. I don't think he can get put on the exempt list given it's only civil at this moment, but criminal could arise through, as he said, maybe she can still go to the police. So I don't know the statute of limitations on it. But the police do look into things like the Deshaun Watson thing. No one went to the police for the Deshaun Watson thing. All of the Deshaun Watson situations that arose made the police say, "Hey, there's a crime here. We're going to look into it. We're hearing about it now." And then the exploratory situation opened up for the Deshaun Watson thing. And it's been kind of like on hold because the legs of the criminal case rely upon the civil stuff not getting agreed upon and settled. Because if the civil side of Deshaun Watson's, all that mess, gets settled, then there's nothing for the criminal side to stand on and it dissolves. Same thing would be here. If it's, civil and she settles and he did nothing wrong, and then all of a sudden there's no criminal side at all. But if this turns into something criminal or there's an exploratory type of situation, you can bet the Vikings will be under some pressure, depending on sponsorship and advertisement pressures, to potentially look at their options, is what I'm trying to tell you. But for right now, I don't know that there feels like this feels like a situation where Cook is going to be missing time yet. This could spill into 2022, and then Cook missed time because then a criminal investigation gets opened or something that we don't know about. We have no details on this. All we know is that Madison is a must own, and you should have already owned him. If you don't, I don't know what to advise you to do in terms of giving up to get Madison, because you will have to overpay. Nobody's just going to give you Madison for some kind of flex, like borderline flex option. Like I've got Madison in almost every league I have because he's one of my biggest sleeping giant league winners, and I'm getting just lowball left and right by some of the dumbest offers I've ever seen. Just picked up Cam Newton. Drop Jalen Hurts for Madison. I knew we'd see it. This is for your own good, Justin. The reason you're taking a lap right now is because you're waiting precious seconds, leaving Madison out there for other people to pick him up. Why are you even waiting a millisecond? You should be grabbing Alexander Madison. How is he out there? How is he out there? I don't know that I dropped Chase Edmonds. I can't tell you, Justin, who to drop. You're my boy, Blue. I appreciate your super chat. I apologize for making you take a lap during a super chat, but I knew it. I knew it. I knew somebody was going to say that Madison was available in their league still, and it's baffling that there are 12 people that are being corralled into one league, Justin, that have sat and let Madison remain on waivers this deep into this thing. Yes. Justin, grab him, then take your little victory lap.
Take a lap, take a lap. Take a lap, take a lap.
Then take a big victory lap, Justin. A big one, because you will have potentially a league winner. I don't know that I drop Edmonds. I dropped someone, but I don't know if I want to drop Edmonds, but let me know who else you can drop. But certainly grab him. I can't believe there are even leagues where he's still available. It's absolutely crazy to me. Madison and Knox to the Cook owner for Waller. Madison and Knox to the Cook owner for Waller. That I'd probably do, because you're weighing the odds of Madison. Greg wants to take a lap. He's joking here. Greg, I'm not falling for it. Greg says, "Do I grab Madison?" He's trying to get a little lap song, little lap dance. Madison and Knox for Cook. What do you guys think in the chat? You got to weigh out the what if Cook gets in there versus the now of Waller. But Knox ain't no bum if he's back. So I'm curious to know what my people think. What do my people think in general about this offer that Fanta's got on the board here? Madison and Knox for Waller. Patrick says, "Don't be sleeping on Knox." I understand. Drop Adrian Peterson for Madison. Please tell me these are these two different people? Or no, that was where is it? Just dropped AP for Madison. Good or no? Patrick Roberts. These are two different people. Drop Adrian Peterson for Madison. You got to be out of your minds. Of course. How are there 3 leagues now in existence before my eyes where 12 individuals, the other one, together, sum total, are just sitting there, allowing Madison to sit on waivers? I don't know. I don't understand how this is mathematically possible. Patrick and David. Of course.
Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
Go get Madison. I don't get it. I don't get it. What did everybody say about this trade here? Fanta, I do it, says Mealy. Hold off a week, says somebody. What did you guys say about this? Waller or Madison and Knox? Please vote. Please, everybody drop their opinion. Let's help Fanta out with this trade. Trade Deontay Johnson or D-Hop for Tyreek. Trade Deontay Johnson or D-Hop for Tyreek Hill. First of all, Molina, I'm a little confused, bro. I got some questions, Molina. Number one, you really can get Tyreek Hill right now for Deontay Johnson? That's question number one that I have for you, buddy. Question number two is, how are you valuing D-Hop and Deontay as either or? That's question number two. Question number three, Molina, is what in the hell are you doing back there? Tyreek Hill over either one is a massive home run, but it especially is one over Deontay Johnson. I don't even care if that's Dearness Johnson. I don't care if that's Deontay and Dearness Johnson. I don't care if it's both. That could be the double D's, bro. Double Dearness and Deontay. And I'm still taking Tyreek Hill. I don't understand. What world do we live in? I don't get it. I don't get it. Molina, I appreciate you, though. This is tough love, Molina. Treat me like a coach. You want a coach who's not going to yell and scream, make you take laps? I don't know. That's the coach I prefer. Appreciate you, Molina. Go get Tyreek. If that's you coming up with the offer, though, you're in for a rude awakening when the Tyreek owner says, "Get the hell out of here with that." Oh, take either though, but definitely give up Deontay if you can. Trade Hawkinson for Allen. I have Kittle, AJ, B, and CD. Hawkinson for Allen. What Allen are we talking about? Keenan Allen, Josh Allen, Bobby Allen, Roberto Trees Allen. What Allen are we speaking about Hawkinson for, bro? I'm going to put you over in the corner here until you clarify, because I don't know what we're talking about. Justin, he's back. Attaboy. This is somebody that knows how to bring the super chat thunder right here. Damian Harris, Freeman, Clyde, Edmonds, Derrick Henry, wide receivers, Woods, Godwin, Hollywood, Gallup, Kittle, QBs, Lamar, Hurts, Cam Newton. Who do you drop for Madison? You're still waiting. He's gonna get picked up. One of your league mates is probably watching right now, getting his flip phone out, trying to dial up, trying to get into the league management software from the Explorer 1.0 browser on his flip phone, and you're wasting time not grabbing Madison, Justin, while he might get in and grab him. Cam Newton, you don't need Cam. You don't need Cam Newton. You're not dropping Edmonds. You're not dropping any of the. I mean, even Freeman, I probably hold. Drop Cam. Go now. Come back, Justin. We'll be here waiting for you. Go do it. Actually, we won't, because the show's over. We have 1 minute left. Justin, go. Go, Justin, go. Get on your horse, bro. Ride. Don't stop till you get there. Oh, my God. What world do we live in? What world? Keenan Allen. Okay, thank you for the clarification, Wave. I appreciate it. And thank you for the super chat. Hawkinson for Keenan Allen. Yes, if you've got Kittle, do it. Punch it. Get it done. Do it live. I like it. Madison only 60% roster in Yahoo. Four-man leagues. I don't know, bro. I don't. Did people cut him right before week number 9? Like, what's going on? What's going on? Why are people still talking about this? I don't get it. Justin, look, Justin's a beast, bro. He takes his lumps. He doesn't get sensitive about it. He just keeps bringing the thunder. I love Justin. Picked up Madison, dropped Cam. Boom! Now you get to take a victory lap.
Take a lap.
That's a victory lap,
Take
bro.
a lap.
You've just been Smitty approved.
You're a bad boy, Justin Garcia. You can do anything. You're Justin Garcia, pal. You just got Alexander Madison, bro. Appreciate you. Terry Robert says, buy the Sleeper U lifetime account. Let's get him 2022. That's right behind my head. Sleeper U, like a university. Sleeper, the letter U.com. Go get your lifetime membership. Click on pricing or scroll down halfway. Toggle on the lifetime memberships. If you get one this week, I will give you a 1-hour draft call where I will draft with you and we'll tear your league up and we'll draft Madison next year versus letting some of you pick him up entering week 10. So if you want to never pay for rankings or written content or trade calculators, if you never want to pay for that content again, get on over to sleeperu.com, get your lifetime membership, get your draft call from me. I'll even throw in text advice, unlimited text advice for the remainder of the 2021 season. A $20, depending on the membership you get, a $30 or $20 or $25 add-on for the each year. So if you buy a lifetime membership, you can, for that $30 or $25, add on unlimited text advice for the entire year. Each year you can just add it on for one small add-on price. That's what you get with that lifetime membership. But I'm giving away the free text advice all the remainder of 2021 for anybody that signs up for sleeperu.com membership at sleeperu.com. So go become a lifetime member. Do it now. Do it live. New to your shows. Who is this? 63 Stormcat. New to your show, Smitty. 3 weeks now. I give McCaffrey and Pitts. I get Clyde and McLaurin.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
You haven't been Smitty disapproved. I like you, Tomcat. I'm glad you found us. I'm glad you're here. You're now part of the family, but I do Smitty disapprove the trade. McCaffrey and Pitts to get Clyde and McLaurin. Not even close, bro. Let me put it this way. Kyle Pitts is an argument to be worth McLaurin and Clyde. I mean, Clyde and McLaurin, if you did that, I'd be okay with you getting Clyde and McLaurin for Pitts. I'd also be okay if you said, no, I'm keeping Kyle Pitts. I'm not trading him for Clyde and McLaurin. You know, either way, that could go. You're talking about McCaffrey being tossed up on top of this, bro. McCaffrey needs to get you, and I'm okay with selling him. But he needs to be traded for like Tyreek Hill and like James Conner, like in the worst of scenarios. That would be like the worst trade you can make for McCaffrey. And Pitts and Clyde and McLaurin are like a separate deal. So like if you want to throw both of those in, then it would be Hill, Conner. No. McCaffrey gets you two players, Diggs and Swift, in the very worst of scenarios, or Hopkins and Eckler, bro. McCaffrey gets you the world, Stormcat. The world. Even more so, yeah, I guess that makes Pitts a little less valuable, but not. It doesn't matter, bro. It still doesn't matter. McCaffrey alone for Clyde and McLaurin, even if you didn't give Pitts up, would be getting blasted. McCaffrey needs to get you a ton more. And so there's a lot of people in here saying that McCaffrey can't be trusted. I do trade him. Stormcat, I appreciate you. Stormcat, how do you like the show, by the way? You said you're new to it. How do you like it, pal? You like it? I trade McCaffrey. I'm a big advocate. Sell him now, but go get an Eckler and a Hopkins. Go get an Eckler and a DK. Go get an Eckler and a McLaurin or something. Like, you can get 2 players like that. Don't settle for less, and do a 1 for 2. Don't do any of these 2 for 2s. People try and trick you into doing these 2 for 2s with McCaffrey, and then they have you giving up a guy like Kyle Pitts where you're like, I'll throw him in because you want to do the deal, and before you know it, you're doing this even type swap where you're giving up the best player in the deal and there's 2 players for 2 players. No, it's got to be Jamar Chase and Najee for McCaffrey. You're not going to get that, but I'm just saying, like, you need to be blown away if you're going to get rid of McCaffrey, and I would do it. Eckler, you're not going to get Jamar Chase and Najee. Someone said that, so I'm like, yeah, like, of course I'd take that. But you're taking like Tyreek Hill and Swift, or you're taking Diggs and Eckler, or McLaurin and Eckler. That's what you do in order to get rid of McCaffrey. I'm glad you came to me, Stormcat, so you didn't get blasted in that trade. And it's okay to bounce things off of somebody. And Stormcat, DM me on Instagram. I'll give you a swinging deal, if anybody wants it, on my text line for the remainder of the year. We're talking like a killer deal. If you want my text advice, one-on-one text advice for the remainder of the year, DM me on Instagram and ask about it. I'll throw it your way for a tiny little one-time charge, and you get it for the rest of the year. So if you want to run stuff by me before you make these trades, let me know. Love your show, and I have Pollard, Madison, and AJ Dillon on my roster. Attaboy, Stormcat. That's Smitty approved right there. Appreciate you all. I'm out of here. I will see you all later. Kyle says, not sure if you saw my super chat. Sorry, Kyle. Kyle said, do I gamble with Chubb and Kamara or play Waddle tonight? Chubb's probably not going to play, so you got to assume he's out. So I think you could definitely put him in. I don't know if you have better options than that, but you're asking me just this point-blank question. I would say Waddle over Chubb. I don't think Chubb's going to play. It'd be really hard for him to get on the field, I think, in enough time. He probably has technically enough time, maybe. I don't know for certain, but I would probably say Waddle. I appreciate all you. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you all for the super chats. Please punch the thumbs up on your way out. And as always, on top of the getting a sleeperu.com membership, go to sleeperu.com and get your lifetime membership, and you get a free draft call, 1 hour from me, and text advice for the remainder of the 2021 season. You'll text me, and we'll be able to text back and forth, and I can help you with your questions. Not only will you get that free, but you also get the phone call, the draft phone call. But not only that, I always answer every question within the first 12 to 24-ish hours after a video drops. So once this video is over, just scroll or go to the comment section of the video when you're replaying it and watching it over. It'll start out with 0 comments, and I answer every single question. So there are about 200 of you in the room right now. There should be 200 questions when I'm done, and I'll go through them all night. So ask me a question. Let's go. I may go live later tonight after the game on YouTube, so